So we're going to go over our half kneeling position, which we use all the time in our classes. I love it because it's a great transition between being on 2 feet and learning how to stabilize on 1 foot. So it's not too hard for beginners and it's not too easy for advanced, so it's a great midway point and everyone can get the benefit from it. It's just the right amount of stability and just the right amount of instability. All right, so bring your leg up into that half kneeling position. Okay, in a beginner context, all right, you're going to see a lot of people set up way too narrow, and then what happens is their support isn't actually underneath their mass. So then the mass is going to try and compensate so that now it is over their support. All right, so you got to check. Seamus is actually pretty good here. You got to check that the height of the hips is neutral. You don't want one hip too high and one hip too low. A good little check for this, if you don't have a mirror or you're not videoing yourself, is, am I feeling the outside of my hip or am I feeling the center of my body? You want to feel the center of the body. That's where I want you to start if you're a beginner at this. Don't worry about the rest of these steps. Okay? Also, one more point at the beginner before I move on, is oftentimes you can correct yourself from here and I can bring you into neutral and you're like, oh shit, what the fuck are you doing? I shouldn't have said that, but screw it, it's here too. So you're gonna go, oh no, you're pushing me all the way over when you're actually in neutral. So it can take a little bit of getting used to, okay? So take your time with it. Now, from an advanced context, you want to really think about how to get more core activation in this and use the leverage from the floor. So a lot of exercises we'll do in this position are rows, are presses, or we'll rotate a lot. We'll do some stuff with chops and lifts. But to get more from it, I want you to think about where the power is coming. So imagine someone's trying to pull your leg forward, all right? So he's sucking his femur into the hip here and pushing down at the same time. And then on this back leg, you're imagining someone's trying to pull the hip back. So what I'll do with a client while they're doing the exercise is try and give them that feedback. Resist. I'm pushing the back leg back and I'm pulling the front leg forward. That way he's locking in those hips and he's staying neutral. So now if he was to do a motion like a row, Seamus, go for a row with the opposite hand. Now as he moves his T-spine, his hips are staying stable by the matter of not letting me push back or come too far forward. So our half kneeling is really important. Make sure you get this down because most of our exercises have a half kneeling version and we will use it tons and tons and tons.